Alright, this is just a quick check-in before I go to bed. It's like 11, quarter after 11. I haven't done any videos today. Um, it was a nice day today. I got a lot accomplished. I had a couple of clients. Sunday, actually. And I got to go to the gym before. But I have a headache, but whatever. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. Go to the gym early. Going to the dermatologist to lighten up some sun damage here. This is the first time I'm going there, so we'll see what happens. And I'm still speaking to the guy in LA, and there are other things I wanted to say and I forgot. But regarding the guy from LA, I don't know. He seemed. I realized that I get kind of moody. Let me know if I mentioned this in the previous video. Moody. I get too much in my head and focus on negative things. It came up in conversation when he said something that was insulting, and he said he felt bad, and I said, okay, I know your sense of humor. But I can't say there's been any bad things about our conversations, except when he gets, arrogant in a way. But I don't think I can really say outwardly mean towards me. So I'm starting to trust him a little more. So I just wanted to put that out there. Of course, we'll still have to wait to see what happens. But I realize, like my father, who's now dead, died at the end of September. We are now April 2nd. He had a tendency to push everyone out of his life. And he had a lot of delusions in his head. He thought the last social worker who dealt with my mother dying and had to deal with her estate with him wanted him sexually and was after his money. And he's like 98. Yeah. And not cute at all. Blind and can't hear. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is what's happening to me. Because I learned from an early age to push people out of my life. People are not perfect, I think there was only 2 times that people were invited into my father's home when I was a kid. And one time, it was a classmate's sister. I think we were friends or whatever. And she took a shit in our bathroom, and it smelled. And my father was like, "Oh, she has no class, and she's never coming again, and whatever." So for me, that was normal to not have anyone at home and to be forced to be alone, and that was my upbringing. And so realizing that that's not where I want to go, because my father died alone. He made his bed. Let him lie in it. But I could only make sure that at least I tried not to die alone. We're all going to die alone, but I mean, enjoy the ride with some good people. And I did have good times with Victor, that's his name. So I have to realize when it's me that I'm overreacting, and when it's real. And that's hard for me. I already have issues with myself trying to, judgment on myself and being moody. And, I live here alone, which is why I can deal with it myself. But dealing with someone else, it already sets fear in my head that he's going to be encroaching, like that word, encroaching upon my lifestyle. And I know there's some comments, about the amount of time it takes me to prepare before getting up. And I have a reason for it. It makes me happy, and I get my brain to work, and I think about my day, and I slowly decongestionize myself and all that stuff. And I think it's important to have a routine like that. But I won't lie. It bothers me if someone close to me brings it up, because I'm vulnerable, showing my life, and it makes me want to not show my life anymore. Is it still recording? Yep. But I don't know. I got to bring it up today, or a bit today, and it's like, and there's no argument when I bring it up, and he seems to understand. So it's like, oh. So, of course, me having trust issues, me thinking this is weird, when's the explosion gonna come? When's he gonna think that I'm fucked up? We're kind of like waiting, as a self-fulfilling prophecy. No, I'm just kidding about that. But it's kind of, we expect it, So it takes time before I kind of keep revealing more of myself, and then I see how he keeps revealing more of himself. So far he's, kind of conceited, or sometimes he calls it confidence. He knows that about himself. Even on his Instagram, in his tagline, is part of like a former snob or something like that. Okay, it's not the best thing. It's not but I don't know. Is it a deal breaker? I don't know. It depends how deep it can get. If I can, people have their character, So this is a positive video about my potential relationship. He did mention how, in a text today, how happy he was that I'm in his life, and I actually said that I missed him. I started feeling, when I'm clear in my head and I'm cool, and I see people are really good people, and some feelings start to come out, a little bit. I mean, I did stay with him for a few weeks while I was in LA. Although I lost the sexual drive, which is a bit normal, but we had good times. I liked hanging with him. So that's the point of my whole confusion, I don't know how much it is in my head that's fucking things up, or how much it is that not in my head. So every day is a learning experience, a learning process. You need to work on it to grow, to find out what it is you really want, to find out what it is that is real as opposed to idealized, imagined, romanticized, all that crap that you think everything is like a Disney movie or a Hollywood film. And that's the hardest thing for me, growing up in a certain situation. And, at the time you think it's the way everyone lives, and it's not. Have a good night.